Welcome to yet another UnPC, a weekly UnPC. I am your host, Chris, aka Thanks Skeleton. UnPC is the ultimate no prep challenge. We're going to roll some random tables, including the setting, the tone, and the GM, and we're going to role play as best we can. I'm Chris, aka Thanks Skeleton. I'm going to do it every week this year. Why don't we go down the line? To my right. No, hold on. There we go. That direction.
I'm Pancake. I'm just a freaking role player, man.
All right.
I'm Leo Cloud, head of Caris Games, and I'm running a game this Sunday.
Ooh, nice.
I'm Andrew, and I'm here to practice some 4D roleplay.
Awesome. Okay, well, with that out of the way, I'm going to project the UnPC sheet. All right. Everyone read that? Nope, hold on. Cool. So I'm going to be using the UnPC Lite. I have the crazy UnPC, but we're going to actually do a light version today.
Classic. UnPC
yes,
Classic.
UnPC Classic. So we're going to do tone/themes, light action, suspense, dramatic, heroic, dark, mundane, survival. And then we've got the setting here. I'm not going to read all those, but there's a lot of them. Cool. So why don't we do this? Pancake, do you want to roll tone/themes or D8?
Yeah. 3 suspense. Ooh.
Suspense.
Ooh, we did that last time.
Yes. Andrew, go ahead. Go ahead and roll a D20.
4, mythology.
A suspenseful
Ooh.
mythology. Interesting.
Nani?
All right, Leo. Roll a 1d3 or roll a d6 and have it, I guess.
Just gonna roll a d6. Ready, set, roll. It's 6.
A 6. All right, that's Leo.
I'm always TMing.
Okay. Let's remove that. Okay. Suspenseful mythology. Any ideas? Do we want to go Greek, Roman, something else?
I mean, does Oedipus count? Because Oedipus is a murder mystery, but the mystery is who did it, and it was like, oh, it's me.
I guess, but I mean, which of us is Oedipus? I don't know. Yeah,
I'd rather not. I'd rather
Murder
not
and
play.
incest do we want in this session?
I'd rather not play a specific story. Like we'll make our own, right?
I'm just giving an example.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, you don't want to do like Zeus. We could be like demigods, or you're like Narcissus,
Well,
or like people, or.
Does it have to be an established mythology, like an actual mythology, or could be a made-up one? Like
We could do a made-up one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, let me get a character sheet. I'm gonna roll just see if some ideas come out.
Well, what do we mean by suspense? Like,
That's a good question. I would say tension, like some sort of tension rising. Not necessarily like I don't think a war would count as suspense, and like a peaceful situation would count as suspense. But like,
yeah, unless you're a spy, I guess. But
for a spy for the war.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
suspense.
right. Yeah. I mean, like on a battlefield. If we were on a battlefield killing people, I don't think that counts as suspenseful.
I mean, it's not suspenseful because you know what's gonna. Well, you can expect what will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I think of suspense, I think of some characters knowing more than other characters, or there's maybe a ticking clock countdown of some sort.
Yeah, some dramatic irony. It's like what Hitchcock said. It's like there's a bomb. You don't know when it's gonna go off.
Right.
Okay, ticking clock, countdown, bomb, tension, information. I guess we don't have full information. Lack of information.
Mm.
I mean, we did a Western suspense last time, and it kind of felt. Did it feel suspenseful last time? I think it felt suspenseful.
I think so, yeah, because we had you had the murder mystery aspect, being framed for murder and so forth. So I think that would qualify. Okay. I'm just gonna go through a lot of stuff we talked about. Just keep throwing ideas out, guys. Greek and Roman.
Look, I only know Roman mythology, Greek mythology pretty well. Everything else is kind of fuzzy, like.
Right. The other option is like a synthetic or imaginary mythology.
I mean, if we want to keep it basic, then the gods could be about to smite humanity or punish, society somehow, unless our characters manage to accomplish.
Oh, I know. There has to be a prophecy. And it has to be vague as flip.
Okay, prophecy.
So let's get one vague ass prophecy on the way. Vague. I'm putting my foot down. I want a prophecy, and I want it to be so vague it could mean anything, and it's like,
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Gods about to smite, Greek and Roman. Any other mythologies we want to talk about, or are we going to narrow it down to 2?
I'm good with that.
Sounds like we're narrowing it down to 2.
I'm okay with doing like the mythology that's like generic mythology, like just a generic ass mythology with gods.
Generic ass, yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, like generic.
It would give room for like co-creation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's Zeus, it's like, well, we know what Zeus has to do, and it's kind of very limiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. It sounds like people like the synthetic mythology, or like the not fully defined, not Greek, basically. Mythology. Okay. So that's kind of something. We've got the gods are going to smite us. Actually, let's talk about if our characters are gods, demigods, or humans.
Every mythological character has a god somewhere in his family. Like,
okay, so let's go around the table. Which do you want, Leo?
I'll let people decide.
Okay, let's not rule out human then. Pancake, what do you want?
I kind of like the idea that maybe the gods, maybe what's suspenseful is like our characters don't trust each other, right? Because we all maybe the gods are trying to choose like a champion or something.
Okay.
There can only be one.
Okay. So that would be like we're kind of demigods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew, how do you feel?
I like that idea. I do like the idea of us being human, just because I think that power imbalance can add to the suspense.
Okay.
But perhaps we're competing with each other for some sort of divine favor or some sort of divine blessing that could grant us power similar to a demigod, something like that.
Cool.
You remember Helen of Troy?
I remember.
Zeus. Her dad is Zeus.
Okay. Leo, what do you want?
I'm okay with everybody being not a demigod, but they have as they say in the Iliad, great so-and-so son of this in the line of Zeus. So you're part of an aristocratic family that gets their legitimacy for being somewhere down the line descendants of gods, and
Okay. We're human. We're human. Let's keep going.
Yeah, but you're exalted. Yeah, fine.
Okay. So we have 2 votes for demigods, and then kind of 2. No, actually, sorry. We have kind of like what's to in between. So we're not fully like demigods. We're not exactly Hercules, but we've got some sort of magic or mythology.
Heroes.
Sure, we're heroes.
Right. Maybe we're favored by the gods.
Yeah.
You know, like how Athena favors Odysseus, or
okay.
you know,
favored by the gods. That cool with everyone?
Mm-hmm.
The gods really love you guys. Trust me. Even they kind of using you as the playthings. Like they're playing a game of chess with you as the pieces. But they have there's nothing on each one to win. So everybody's gonna pick a god that particularly likes them.
Okay, cool.
So the one that fucking hates them.
Okay, the heroes are favored by the gods. The gods, what's the tension aspect? There's a competition, and we're going to get something good from the gods.
Let's say there's a plague upon the city. Yeah, it's usually a plague, or there's a drought or a flood that doesn't stop raining, and only when a singular individual does a specific task will it stop, according to prophecy.
So what happens if multiple people do it?
Only one person can do it.
Okay. But what's our motivation for like
glory?
Let him do it? Glory?
Yeah, I mean it's a mythology. It's expected that you want to do this for glory eternals. Okay. Then
we possibly ascend to godhood by doing this cool thing to stop the disaster. Or something.
At the very least, they'll sing songs about us for centuries.
Cool.
Yeah. You get to be king. I don't know.
Okay. Competition. We're doing a synthetic mythology. We're heroes favored by the gods. We're doing a competition for glory. Leo, do you have any ideas for setting and stuff? Do you want to do this on an island? Do you want to do this on something? Do you have an idea?
In islands. I mean, Mediterranean style islands because it's really cool.
Maybe
so
Maybe we've all come here like on our own ships, right? We are gathering at the island where the great challenge takes place.
Yeah, but one of you can be a local. And let's just say this is an island the size of New Jersey.
Okay.
Not a big island.
So we're going to start on the sheet on the beach. We all came on our own ships.
Well, technically we'd be in the port, but yes.
I mean, what do you mean technically? We could meet on the beach. Do you want to meet on the port instead?
It could be a wild island.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this island is uninhabited. Okay.
Well, I mean,
it's just an option. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
We're just spitballing.
Yeah, we're just coming up with different ideas, and we say, I like this idea. I like that idea.
Is this island inhabited, or is it just like the middle of nowhere? Like nobody wants to live here.
I like the idea of a wild island, but I could do an inhabited island as well.
Maybe it's too sacred for mortals to live on.
I kind of like the idea that this island used to be really good, but then something happened. One of the gods got pissed, and they sent a plague or problem on this place, and now it's essentially unlivable. But the people that are just stuck, like, man, this is it.
Okay. Came on our own ship, possibly inhabited, possibly not.
Yeah, so disasters have fell upon this place. And you guys, well, it says this great soul will come and fulfill a task. The task is vague in prophecy. You got to think of the fucking prophecy. Yeah, I'm just.
We could co-create the prophecy if we don't.
Yeah. Thanks. It's difficult.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I'm gonna kind of try to figure out my character now. Maybe you guys already have some.
Remember, one God that loves you, one God that hates you.
Okay. Oop.
So I'm thinking my character is probably traveling to this island because back in his land, there's been a terrible drought. And he is convinced that if he can achieve this task that was laid out in prophecy, that will end the drought and be good for his people.
Okay. I'm thinking I'm a kind of like a druid type person. And I've spent a lot of time in the wilderness. And I'm kind of crazy, but I've come to because I had a dream about the prophecy.
I'm a great warrior, always searching to prove myself to the gods. And when a seer told me to come here to find my glory.
What's your character's name?
Atris.
No, Andrew, what's your character's name?
My character's name is Samuel.
Samuel. All right. You can change your name by clicking on your portrait down below at the bottom as well in the text box.
One God that hates you, one God that loves you.
Are we saying them now, or are we gonna?
Yeah. Please tell me now.
Okay. Let me come up with a god.
We gotta fill the basics: the father god, the mother god, the warrior god, the sister of the warrior god who's badass.
Let's keep it light. We don't want to do 30 minutes of world building here.
The sun god favors me for my brashness, but
what's his name?
I don't know.
Just make one up.
Names are hard, okay?
Yeah, let's keep going around. Come up with
okay.
I'll come up with names later.
Yeah, I think I'm convinced that the sun god hates me, which is why there's been this terrible drought and nonstop heat in my region. But I am favored by the goddess of fertility.
Okay. The god that likes me is Hikabe, the god of hunting and buzzing flies. The god that hates me, Farless, the god of industry?
The sun god is Threstius, and the I'm thinking the god of fertility hates me because I killed one of her chosen, beautiful men in battle. I brutally murdered him and defaced him.
Wow. Okay, now we need the prophecy.
We'll co-create that as we play, I think.
I hope so, because this is going to be a headache.
I mean, you're the one that pushed for the prophecy, so.
Yeah, but I have a lot of ideas that sound good on paper until you have to execute them. Don't we all?
Okay. Let us. I think I am personally ready to play. How's everyone else doing?
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, Leo, are you good?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about this fucking prophecy.
Don't let it pull you too much.
The prophecy for yourselves. I mean, we're gonna have to make it up as we go along.
Yeah, we're gonna come up with parts.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're good to go otherwise.
Yeah, I said we're good to go. I can start us off.
Sure.
The rosy-fingered dawn spread her light upon the horizon, as the yellow sands of the island of Demios sown its sandy buffs glistening in the sea. As foam caresses it and quickly goes away.
I stand at the bow of a small dinghy rowing in from the larger warship I came in on. The sea breeze whips my long hair. I look back at my men. Row to glory, men.
The souls of Demios have claimed many a brave man, with their hidden bluffs. However, Atreus, beloved by Tessatius, had his ship guided to avoid each perilous cliff until it softly reached the soul of the sands, like a mother bosoms her child and puts him in bed.
I'm sorry, Leo. I'm gonna pause there.
No, too many similes.
No narration like that. You describe what's happening in the world only. Like, you can't just say you did this and you did that, just like a mother, blah blah blah. Like, you could describe what's happening by the characters, the river, the stuff. Give us stuff to react to. Just don't narrate a whole bunch. Okay, let's resume. Try. Can you do it again?
What are we doing?
So road to glory.
Yeah. The sea is calm.
A single passenger boat with a torn sail and planks that look as though they're barely holding together crashes into the beach. I'm tossed off the side and I push myself up from the sand. I'm very young, look to be in my late teens. I have a simple tunic, a sword sheathed to my side, and just a mop of blonde hair.
I slowly climb my way off the side of the cliff and clamber onto the grass on top. Grabbing, I hold the gull egg to my mouth and bite into it, sucking out the yolk, and tossing it aside, and pull the bow from over my back. I adjust the fox scarf around my neck and look towards the beach.
As the ship hits the sand, I leap down, the sun glinting off my bronze chest plate. I look back at my men. Stay on the beach. I face these trials alone. Wait for me 3 days. If I do not return, then the gods have forsaken me. And I turn back towards the inner part of the island.
I turn back towards my boat, which is now wrecked, perhaps beyond repair. I lean over the side, pull a simple bow from the wreckage, strap it to my back, and then turn back towards the beach. I mutter a soft prayer of thanks to Gaia, goddess of fertility, and begin walking down the beach.
Pulling off bits of gull egg white from my lips, I put my hands to my mouth and howl exaggeratedly down towards the beach. Ow! Towards the two figures approaching the island. And I
jolt
wave
in
my arms.
surprise. I jolt in surprise and begin looking around for the source of that strange, wild howl.
I calmly place the helmet on my head and look up at the wild man on the cliffside.
Pulling my arms akimbo, I do a short dance and shout down, "You're here because you had a dream?" I scream down at the beach.
I begin walking in the direction of the wild man.
I yell back, "And who are you, that you are already here?"
Some of us wake very early. I am Lycoris, the wild man. I have come to fulfill the prophecy. It came to me in a dream that I should be here. So, in the midst of night, I clutched to a log that brought me here. Through the night,
I start marching forward behind the other stranger towards the forest line.
I look up at the cliffside and shout, "I am Samuel. I too had a dream of a prophecy. I believe I am the one to fulfill it."
Clutching down, I grab a handful of grass and rip it out, and walk casually down towards the two others on the edge of the beach. My posture is relaxed. I think that we should work together and then draw straws to see who fulfills the prophecy.
The gods will choose their champion. What was it? Like chorus?
Yes, like chorus. I holding out a small three blades of grass with two fingers. I wave it. Surely the gods would bless the person who is supposed to do it.
I have seen tricksters like you before. There's much of this island we are yet to see. I step forward. I put my hand on my chest, clinking against the chest plate. I am Atreus, champion of Lagona.
To have all Lagona cheering for you, I wish they would cheer for me. Looking towards the interior of the island, I put two hands over my eyes and stare deep into the interior.
In the distance, there is a singular hut producing smoke from a long chimney. Nestled between the great pine trees.
I point towards the hut. I don't know who that is, but it's a start. I begin to set out, walking towards the hut.
I follow and call back to Atreus. Hope you can keep up in all that armor.
It will be you who needs to try to keep up with me, my friend. As I step forward, taking large strides.
Seeing Atreus pull ahead, I walk more briskly, but don't attempt to run towards the hut.
Distance grows closer, and the hut itself, unassuming from afar, up close, has fine white marble walls, finds a smell of incense all around it, peacocks in a garden of high green walls, and guard wolves and lions massed around it.
I halt, seeing the guard beasts.
A smile across my face. I draw my sword and stand at the ready.
I also draw my sword and whisper, Atreus, I hope they didn't hear us coming due to all that clanking your armor was making.
I hope they did hear us coming. There's no glory in sneaking up on them.
The animals make eye contact with you. They do not move, they stay docile in their place. The faint sound of a high-pitched voice singing sweet melodies inside echoes.
There's also no glory in becoming a lion's meal.
I follow, staying behind Atreus. I edge closer to one of the peacocks within the garden, holding out my hand cautiously towards it.
Through a window, the long blonde mane of a woman can be seen, together with an opal red robe.
I sheath my sword. I brush a little bit of dirt off of the breastplate. I raise my chin up as I step forward. Hello. I am Atreus, champion of Lagona.
And in no long time does the door open, and from it stands a tall, statuesque woman with long flowing blonde hair, opal red robe, and rhinestones adorning her neck. Hello, please come in, and welcome my hospitality. I am Otolikia. She makes way for you to enter.
Staring at the woman with one eye, I put my hand closer and closer to the head of the peacock, touching it.
Peacock is unusually civil for such a nasty bird.
Drawing my hand away.
With my sword in one hand, close to my side, I slowly approach a lion and reach out my other hand to touch its snout.
It nuzzles at you like a kitten.
What magic is this?
I stride forward into the hut. Immediately sit down on a chair, making myself at home. I lean back.
The hut itself is glorious. White marble adorned with fine rugs, wooden carved tables, and the kitchen equipped with anything that can be eaten. There was no time in slaughtering a pig, skinning it, and making skewers from its meat.
Standing behind her in the kitchen, I watch her cut at the pig's flesh. You're good with a knife. What's your name, madam?
Otolikia.
Otolikia.
Still outside, I search the lion and the other animals for any sign of enchantment or sorcery.
No spell that you know of happens.
Come, Samuel. There's a meal in here. And good hospitality. Why waste time with beasts?
These do not act as normal beasts. I've seen my fair share of predators in the fields. None have ever behaved like this.
I take a bite out of an apple that was on the table. We are on the island of the gods, Samuel. And you expect beasts to act normally?
Picking up a pear from the same fruit bowl, I appraise it and take a small bite. I say, Otalikia, I'm sorry, but I cannot eat tamed animals, only wild ones.
Well, if you shall be that way, then be so. She continues cooking the skewered pork, cooking the skewered pork. The sweet, warm smell of fat and meat linger in the air. She pours wine, red, deep wine over it.
I make my way cautiously into the hut. But I do not sit.
I lean forward towards Samuel, or towards Atreus. Don't eat the meat. And I lean backwards.
And why not?
I don't trust this woman.
I just shrug and lean back, taking another bite of the apple. Juice coming down.
Lycoris, you and I agree on that. I fear Atreus's helmet may be on a little too tight, stopping the blood from getting to his brain. He's not thinking clearly.
I have a different thing that I think. I think Atreus comes from a happy and pleasant land full of helpful people.
I am favored by the gods. They have determined my fate already. I simply must live it.
Hikabe has taught me that cunning is the highest virtue, so you can't let yourself get soft.
Skewers are ready. She pulls them on a fine silver plate, and which she puts on the table together with white bread and deep wine made into a sauce, together with the juices of the meat.
I lean in close to my companions. And besides, you wouldn't want to insult our hostess, would you? Especially when she could be a god herself. And I lean away and pick up a skewer, take a bite out of it.
She sits down and she asks, "Tell me, strangers, who might you be and what has brought you to this Isle of Deus?"
Taking the last bite out of the pear, I toss it underneath the table. Toss the pear core underneath the table. I'm Lycoris, a humble hunter. I've come here because I had a dream.
Oh, a dream. What dream then?
I stare up at the ceiling of the hut. I was in deep dark wood, chasing something, and through glimpses between the trees, I could see that it was an elk with no flesh on its body. It then swam across the ocean towards an island that looked like this one. I believe Hikabe has told me that this is the place that I should be.
You have had a dream sent to me by Threstius. The sun blazed on bloody bronze. Amidst it stood a single man above the rest, cast in shadow. A seer woman told me to come here to fulfill my dream.
Adjusting the fox scarf around my neck. This man, did he look like me?
He was in shadow. I could not see his features.
I too had a dream. I come from Phylacia, where we're currently experiencing the worst drought of my lifetime. I dreamed that the earth was smothered by a shadow. And the shadow reached out towards the ocean. So I followed what I knew Gaia wanted me to do. I took my boat, headed out into the ocean, and wound up here.
See, I shall tell you a story as well. It is one where Gaia has met a mortal follower by the name of Tilikius, which he saw following his field, having caught his industry and dedication in the cotton halt. And together they formed a family and gave birth to a child. That child was me. I've lived on this island ever since, and I've loved its people like its own, each one of them a son. However, at one point, a plague befell this city, and all the men became fleshless as they perished. One fateful night, they rose from their sleep and began hunting whatever was near. They do not dare touch me, no. My mother, I am too dear to my mother, Gaia. Gaia is the most vengeful of all the gods when angered, for she alone can give the most painful death, the death of starvation. Yes.
Nodding, I briefly kick the pear core underneath the table. So the men of this land, they have no flesh?
No, they have lost it, and they die and they rise again, even after they are buried.
You are the daughter of Gaia?
Yes.
I immediately get down on my knees. Forgive me for doubting you.
I
nervously
swallow the piece of meat in my mouth as I slowly put the skewer back down.
I have learned much about the ways of the god and foresight from them. I shall divine the dreams and prophecies as such. One of you would have to go to the highest peak on this island, and there you will face a great challenge. There you will face a great challenge in darkness. Only one of you can enter, and only each one of you can enter, but only one of you can exit. After that, the drought will be lifted, and this island will return to its once prosperous self.
The mountain peak, hey?
A fitting place, closer to Threstius. You shall purify this darkness, no doubt.
I will do whatever you ask. All I ask in return is for the favor of you and your mother.
My dear, if you shall do this, you will have the favor of all mankind and all the gods for the rest of your mortal life. And even if you shall do one day one heinous deed, just that will cast half the world to darkness, there would still be people who would look fondly upon your name.
I raise an eyebrow, but say nothing.
I begin eating the food that she placed in front of me, knowing that I will need my energy for the challenges ahead.
Taking the skewer from the central pile, I pull off a piece of the cooked pork and stare at it.
Are you going to eat that?
I don't think so.
I'll take it.
I think I'll keep it. I pull out a small satchel and wrap a cube of pork with a leaf and stash it inside.
Suit yourself. And I bite deeply into the skewer and eat every morsel that was on it.
I stand up and sliding my chair back behind me. Well, the day is still young. Your hospitality most generous. There's not a better time. I start walking towards the door.
Before you leave, she raises her hand, her voice heavier, stronger than any woman, any man mortal can be. Take this, for it might help you rid Demios of its course. She goes to a small garden inside, a little potted plant by the windowsill, and she breaks off 3 small branches from the plant and gives each of you its leaves.
Holding out my hand, I look at the leaf and then I sniff it. You as a daughter of Gaia, you are a herbalist?
I just go from my own garden, as every woman must.
Staring at the single leaf, I turn it over in my hands. And I remember my childhood training underneath the alchemist. Success. I recall this. I know it somehow. But I slip the leaf away.
I take the leaf and place it in a small pouch on my belt. I bow again and say, "Thank you, goddess, for your hospitality. I promise to do whatever I can to defeat this evil. Tell me, are the animals outside of use to us?"
I shall not part with my dear companions, for I have trained them since they were cubs, and I would want no danger to fall upon them, as I would not want any harm to happen to my children.
I understand.
The gods have placed a challenge for us, Samuel, as I put the leaf into a small pouch at my side. It is for men to defeat, and it is for men to claim the glory.
I pull myself up from the dinner table and sling the satchel around my my waist. Let's make this a race then. And I casually approach the door.
What do you mean by that?
Well,
a race to the mountaintop?
Yes, wouldn't that be the best?
I leap forward, brushing past these two, pushing the door open, rushing outside. Do you not know what a race is, Samuel? As I'm running.
I calmly walk outside and mutter to myself, yes, and I know how to pace myself.
Samuel. I think
yes.
we should work together. If what she says is true, the challenge at the top only has one winner. But you can draw from 3 straws, or you can draw from 2. Is my suggestion. Wouldn't that be better for both of us?
Are you a man of honor?
I'm a man of my word.
I rush past branches and trees, leaves getting caught in my hair. My helmet clinging at my side.
I hold out my hand.
I hold out mine and grasp yours. Slightly sticky from the gull egg.
All right. We shall be allies, but only until we reach the top.
Agreed.
The mountain neighbors to the stars, hills in the distance, visible from here. Great woods separate between you and it. Furthermore, rivers of red liquid all form it continuously.
I stop where I'm at, staring at the mountain, and I try to memorize the terrain to not lose my way once I go down into the thicker forest.
I walk at a brisk but comfortable pace.
Sidling alongside Samuel, I stare up at the red liquid flowing from the mountain. What is that, you think? Blood? Wine? I stare at the liquid, attempting to identify it.
I don't know. Perhaps the gods have cracked the earth.
Slowing my pace, I step down a hill towards a valley, the canopy of the trees blocking my view below.
Forests are thick. In the distance, shambling, is a red mess of flesh walking aimlessly through it, clutching a bow in its hand, looking for prey.
I pull my sword and jump behind a tree. In my other hand, I ready my sling. placing a small pebble into it.
The figure looks for a deer. It finds. It knocks an arrow and lets loose of it. It does not go halfway until it falls to the ground and the deer scalps away.
I turn to Lycoris. Starting to get darker. I think we should make some torches.
Yes, some of the trees have a burnable sap in this forest, and I begin to approach the edge of the deeper forest towards the mountain. I pull out a small metal knife and stab a hole into the nearest tree, and sap begins to pour out. Excuse me.
I take my sword and hack away at some small branches. I take a branch and coat the end in the sap.
I place my helmet on my head and ready both my weapons as I come around the tree in the open, staring at the fleshless man, watching him closely.
The man does not notice you. He shambles along, searching for the deer that eludes him.
My muscles loosen, but I keep my weapons in my hand as I march forward, trying to get past the hunter.
Holding out a small piece of flint, I scrape it across a jagged side of my small knife, lighting a little pile of tinder.
The skies are unnaturally so. Thick clouds of smoke rise from it, like from a chimney of the gods, perhaps. At no time the sky is completely dark, not letting Darius's luminous rays light the walls and give it color and light.
I take the branch and push the end with the sap onto the burning tinder to light it, creating a vibrant torch.
Doing the same with some of the sticks. I wrap them around a larger piece of wood, dip it in sap, and light my torch.
As the darkness comes over, I lose sight of my destination. I stop dead, unsure of the path.
The smell of sulfur hits the air, clearly coming from the north. The same direction you saw the mountain when you came from the south. Heat emanates from those winds as well, flowing downhill.
I turned to Samuel. I see you have a bow. I am also trained in the bow, but you need 2 hands to use a bow. So the question is, which of us will hold the torches? Which of us will hold the bow?
I will go in front with my torch in one hand and my sword in the other.
Very well. I will have to drop mine if we're attacked to use my bow, but that's an equitable solution. I begin to pull up behind Samuel, holding my torch aloft in the dark woods.
I march forward, hacking through the undergrowth, venturing deeper into the wilderness.
I stay still for a while, letting my eyes adjust to the darkness before moving forward slowly and quietly as possible.
The ground slopes deeper, higher, gradual. Each step digging into the rock more, each step taking more effort to raise itself up as you ascend the dark mountain.
I keep my eyes peeled for any threats, and I listen closely for the sound of anything unusual in the darkness.
You hear
I hear a quiet sound, almost like footprints.
Stop.
I stop.
I listen carefully. I try to determine what direction it's coming from.
It's a metallic clang. Clang, 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 coming up the mountain.
Hearing the clang of metal, I look upwards. That Atreus, was he wearing metal greaves? Yes, Samuel.
I continue staying in the darkness, moving quietly up the mountain.
It could be Atreus, or it could be one of those fleshless warriors. Do you think we should walk towards it or try to go around?
It's somewhat in our way. We want to go upwards. We may be able to sneak up behind it. Lowering my voice for a second, I listen closely for the natural sounds of the forest. Small animals, birds. I'm turning my ear to the sky.
As you do that, it sounds only understandable to you. Hecate, the goddess of the hunt and forests and what who to her is sacred small birds, has silks that you know that she tells you means Lycanus, the wild man, go forward and into a cave, but beware, for what you see is not what as it appears. And then sounds of birds and stags.
She whispers to me. My goddess.
And what does she tell you?
She says there's a cave full of danger. She wants me to go inside.
I hope your goddess has favored you and is not trying to kill you. Let's go.
I've not violated her commandments. I've not eaten that farm-grown pork. I'm safe.
Very well.
I raise a torch towards the hillside leading up the mountain, and I take a couple steps forward beyond Samuel.
All right. You can take the lead for this leg of the journey.
I nod distractedly. Yes.
Stop at a small ledge, flat spot in the hill. I crouch next to a bush and look behind me down the hill, seeing 2 points of light. I whisper a prayer. Therestius, though you sleep, guide my steps in the right direction.
As you say that, the light of Therestius pierces down like a spear pierces a shield, and the path illuminates forward, all the way leading to a cave, cavernous and dark, but now clearly visible inside. Armored figures standing in wait.
Looking upwards towards the dark mountain, I begin to pull myself over jagged stones and crumbling vines, taking the hard road upwards. It must be this way.
I sheathe my sword and awkwardly follow, scrambling over the rocks with one torch still lit in my hand.
I stand tall, place my helmet back on my head, and draw my sword, stepping forward in front of the mouth of the cave.
Inside the cave, armored figures stand at the ready. At least a dozen of them.
I am Atreus, champion of Lagona.
There is no answer, only the sound of clanking metal in a pattern. Clank, 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 clank.
Lycoris, slow down.
Halting for a moment, I look backwards towards the torch behind me. Yes, we had an agreement. My goddess whispered that there was a cave around here. I scan the hillside.
Cave is indeed visible. And so is a bronze figure standing at its mouth. You can hear it shouts. It is Atreus.
That's him. He's fast in that armor. Come on. I start climbing.
I continue climbing.
I stand completely still, sword in my hand as I twist it about, listening closely for the direction of the sound.
The sound is coming from inside the cave. It echoes. Clank, clank, clank.
I raise my chin and step forward towards the mouth of the cave, slowly.
As you step forward, the armored figures begin to stride across, slowly, very slowly, plodding each step as they draw closer to you, 1 foot at a time. Clank.
Pulling myself upwards over the ledge. I stare into the cave.
At this distance, visible to you, is a figure being surrounded by armored figures.
I point wordlessly towards the figure.
I pull myself up beside Lycoris and look at where he's pointing.
In that direction, there are armored figures beginning to surround Atreus slowly as they form a crescent around him.
I smile, and in a flash, I charge forward, swinging my sword down, trying to break through their line.
They are too slow to respond. And as you pass, and they turn around to face you, you are already behind them. Yet they do not turn back. So
I rush past them into the darkness of the cave.
the clanking sound grows louder.
Seeing Atreus dodge through the armored figures effortlessly, I smile. And set the torch on the side of the cliff and draw my bow.
I pull myself alongside Lycoris, keeping my torch raised in one hand. I swing it around and look in the dirt to see if there are any herbs that might smell sweet that I could use as an offering.
The bark itself is black, porous, and black and porous. No single slump or blade of grass can grow around on it.
Groping my way through the cave, my hand touching the wall, my pace slow now, my sword at the ready as I continue to step in.
The sound grows heavier, and a great wave of heat flows from the air, which hits your face. The smell of ash and soot accompanies it.
Aiming at one of the armored figures' head, I let loose an arrow. The arrow smashes and skitters on the floor in front of the armored figures.
Therius, the god of industry, has great pride in the act of creation. He did not let this arrow put a scratch upon his beloved helmets.
I reach into my pouch and pull out the leaf that was given to me. I tear off a small piece, put the rest back in my pouch. I carefully bring it up to my torch and burn it. And I say a prayer to Gaia. Thank you, Gaia, for bringing me this far. Please accept this small offering. Guide me into the darkness ahead.
Gaia, appearing as a beautiful woman with dark hair, stands beside you, only visible to you. And she grabs your arm and leads you, and she whispers, "Come with me, great Samuel. No harm shall befall you as long as I am near you.
Samuel, where are you going?
I walk straight ahead, following Gaia.
Every manner of danger, whether falling stones, gas, fire, all the animal figures themselves, which, upon being close to them, we find there is nothing inside, no men to pilot them, only gears and other systems of leaders and machines inside. You pass them, and they pass you without noticing your presence.
Continuing, I feel my way around a corner. I quickly come around, see what lies ahead of me.
Ahead of you, a figure. Its back completely dark, but its folds brightly illuminated. A black hammer, heavy and large, goes from its muscled hands onto an anvil. Every few clangs, it dips its metallic. It takes its tongue, dips as a piece of armor, and puts it into the flowing hot rocks of the mountain, its very own lifeblood. And then it puts it back to hit it some more. To its left is a rack of armor with intricate gears, pulleys, levers, and other systems of mechanical devices.
I watch Samuel walk straight into the dark, and I try to see what the mechanical men are doing in response.
The mechanical men go to those stations, standing foot in front of the cave.
Samuel! I shout into the dark.
My eyes are fully wrapped and focused on Gaia as she leads me.
In no short time, you find Atreus, a tiny figure in the darkness, only illuminated brightly, reflecting the light of the natural folds, using the blood of the mountain.
I lift my torch and say, Atreus, I see you made it.
I turn my head and smile, peeking through the slit of the helmet. I should have known that you'd be right behind me. And the cowardly one, I'm sure, is stalking a bush somewhere.
He's right behind me. I'm sure he'll be here shortly.
Staring at the imposing figures marching around or standing still, I stow my bow on my back and quickly pick up the torch that I had set aside. I tiptoe carefully towards the cave entrance, watching the mechanical men closely.
Old stealth.
I sheathe my sword and turn back around to the figure hammering. I am Atreus, champion of Lagona.
A figure.
Favored by Threstius.
The figure has no response. It's as if he is deaf.
I step forward, coming into his vision next to the anvil.
Startled by you, he muffles an incoherent sound. He brings up his hammer to strike it upon you.
I move forward to grab hold of him and wrestle the hammer out of his hands. Success.
He fails.
I bring his arm down and twist it so that his grip is forced to loosen and the hammer clings to the ground.
He shouts. The piece of armor, not yet complete, inchoate on the wall, moves on its own as it tries to strike you.
Too focused on the man in front of me, I do not see it coming.
As if preparing for a marathon, I lean my body back and break into a dash directly into the cave, the torch held high, ready to dodge out of the way of the metal men.
The metal men pay imitations of the real thing, are far too slow to stop you. However they do plod along, clang, 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 clang. Each step reverberates inside the cave as they draw closer to their target of pursuit.
Scrambling over the rocks through the cave, I attempt to dash deeper and deeper. I acrobatically leaping off the stones from stone to stone. I make excellent time dashing away from them. We're getting feedback from someone.
Checking. It's not me.
Okay. Sorry, can you repeat?
In also time, you see the other two figures, one wrestling with a blacksmith and a piece of armor ready to attack him, and Samuel standing there.
I rush forward and slam my body into the suit of armor. Critical success.
Okay. It failed. It's a crit success.
I kick the hammer, sliding it across the floor, and then push the blacksmith away from me, letting him go out of my grip.
He cowers in the corner, afraid of his invaders, in shock that his fearless creation failed at the task.
I slam the suit of armor to the ground, tackling it. You're welcome, Atreus.
I give a a nod to Samuel.
The suit of armor falling on the ground and breaking into countless little pieces. The next sound after the clanking of the metal is a cry by the mute deaf blacksmith, as if his child was slaughtered in front of his eyes. As his creation is undone, countless hours of effort. 5 seconds.
Reaching over, I grab a box of gears and metal parts and clutch them into my hand.
I look at the other two and gesture at the man cowering in the corner. Is this our great challenge, this wretch?
Ania, the mother of the consort of Cyclios, father of the gods and ruler of heaven, himself manifests, formed of ox-eyed and stately. She touches the blacksmith and grants him enough mercy to talk for once. Says, you pieces of crap. You just barge into my house and do as you wish. Who do you think you are?
We are favored by the gods.
He
and
starts
sent
to laugh.
here by prophecy.
He bawled himself laughing, rolling on the floor. He's as favored by the gods and prophecy. You see myself? I had a prophecy once too. The smith god. Finla family came to me and said, "Oh, dear smith, for you have served me well all your life, and you must know that I of all the gods am the most deformed, for I was born with a broken body. But, my dear servant, if you truly love me as I love you, you shall do this for me. Go to the city, take all of the evil men, and take the skin off of their flesh, and craft a new living cell for me. Go into the mountain and go into the top of the mountain and pour it down, where my flames would craft them anew into my own." And so I did. And in no so time did the dark clouds envelop this island until no one was left. That is what prophecy means. You get used.
I toss my torch aside and draw my bow.
Gods do as they please. Our fates are as they are.
He just starts to laugh. And as he does, the grace of Hinia leaves him. And he rolls on the floor, laughing insanely.
I walk over to him, unsheath my sword, and raise it above my head, prepared to deliver a killing blow.
Seeing the actions of Samuel, I try to shoot first. My arrow into his head.
I ignore the wretched smith and look deeper into the room.
Both of you roll to see who kills him first.
Failure.
What'd you roll?
96.
Lycoris's swift arrows hit him in the head, hit him in the throat, putting him out of his misery.
I bring my blade down and chop his head off anyway.
I whisper, I've done what you've asked, Hikabe.
Suddenly, Gaia, in her splendor, stops the flow of lava from above, and behind it is vines of thick leaves leading straight up. She says to Samuel, Samuel, your quest is not yet done. For your yet below what needs to happen for me to grant you my favor.
I approach the vines, look up and say, yes, Gaia. What would you have me do?
She doesn't respond. The vines lead up, passageway clear.
I begin climbing.
I raise my arms. Is that it? Have we done it? Have I done it? I turn to Atreus.
You mentioned. Do you think the gods would send us to kill such a poor wretch? He mentioned the deformed body of another god. That is a challenge worthy of a champion, as I look over at Samuel.
I keep climbing, one hand over the other. I've dropped my torch down to the ground below.
I look towards the body of the smith, approaching his severed head, my arrow sticking out of it. I attempt to pull the arrow out.
Covered in blood, arrow's out.
Grabbing the head by its hair, I hold it up.
I march over to the vines and grab hold of them, trying to hoist myself up behind
They are firm.
I begin climbing.
I pull myself upward into the passageway.
It's a steep climb, but nothing impossible. The sky is above you.
I stare into the dead eyes of the smith, and no.
Its mouth suddenly opens, and from it you hear the voice of Hekabe saying, "Like Ilias, the wild man, peerless hunter, ascend folder for your query," and it resumes being dead.
This is not it. I'm sorry, my goddess. And I toss the head aside and turn towards where the other two have gone.
I strain to catch up to Samuel, pushing as hard as I can.
Atreus, from the bones, a face appears, the one of the champion you once fought, dear and beloved by Gaia. Its face appears from the vines, and hands of it grab you and try to pull you down. Success.
I struggle against him with all my strength, trying to pull myself upward. Success.
He shrieks and moans, just like the shrieks and moans.
I turn and look down at Atreus, and then I pull out my sword and slash at the vines beneath me to cut him free.
Stumbling upwards towards the ascent, I hear the sounds of battle far above me.
The vines fall down and wither away as though they were never there. No sooner does the flow of lava resume
I stare upwards towards any sight of hazards.
Flowing lava. A full stream of it.
I crawl towards the side of the rocks away from the lava, trying to see a path upwards.
Indeed, there is one. You can see 8 of them.
I crawl upwards.
I try and leap up before I fall from the vines disappearing under my grasp. Try and grab hold of Samuel above me.
Roll to be wrong.
Fail.
Samuel roll.
Success. I shake free of Atreus, turn forward, and begin climbing with all of my strength as fast as I'm able.
Samuel, in no small time do you see a figure, flesh made manifest and walking. It's monstrous, hewn together a mockery of light. It's in constant flame.
Peering upwards at the wrestling figures, I crawl to the right, attempting to avoid the gaze of Atreus.
Looking only upward, I try and grab hold of the rock face with all my strength as I slide downward, trying to catch myself. But I slide further and further down, past Lycoris. I catch myself right before falling into the lava with my sword and digging into the stone.
I stand up and look down tauntingly, smiling at Atreus. I say, well, the gods shall help you, or they shall kill you. It's none of my concern. And I turn back and I begin to crawl up the ascent.
I climb behind a boulder and peer around it to get a better look at this figure and attempt to discern who it is and what it's doing.
It sambles. It's of no particular skin color or tone. It's several people, perhaps a village folk, perhaps an island, sewn into a singular entity, giant, hulking, putrid to the smell, even with the brimstone. Fire tries to consume it, yet even that rejects him. It is misery.
I draw an arrow, place it into my bow, and prepare to fire.
I crawl upwards a few more feet before turning and reaching into my bag. I pull out a small glass bottle filled with a thick brown sticky liquid. I uncork it and smell it Oh, Hekabe, may you bless this poisoned arrow. And I begin to pour the liquid onto the one of my arrows.
Dragging myself up with my blade, my other hand pulls out the small leaf I was given earlier. I place it on my tongue. I whisper, "Give me strength," as I try and catch up, climbing up.
All to climb.
Critical success. The leaf invigorates me as I clamber up swiftly and agilely, almost leaping with every pull of my arm, reaching the top swiftly.
Samuel.
I peek out from behind the boulder, aim, and fire an arrow.
As you do that, the goddess stops your hand and says, "Samuel, remember the leaf that was given to you. Use it, for it is the bane of this monstrosity." She holds your hand and the arrow in place as you let go of it.
I reach into my pouch, pull out the rest of the leaf, and put it in my mouth. I chew it slowly and savor the taste.
I crawl up further through the rocks, holding the poisoned arrow carefully in my hand, up towards the sky.
I clamber up. Seeing this monstrosity, I stand. I look over at Samuel and I nod, drawing my sword, fixing my helmet.
I take no notice of Atreus as I spit the leaves and back into my hand, and I begin to rub this chewed leaf onto the tips of my arrows, coating them.
Suit, the goddess whispers. Suit.
Reaching the top, I see the monster and the two other men awkwardly slowly reaching for my bow and drawing it, preparing to fire.
I rush past Samuel as I leap at the back of this creature, my sword at the ready. I jump in there.
Everybody roll to attack at the same time.
I'm actually too slow, so I won't.
Success.
Failure.
Samuel, it is your arrow and Gaia's force that hits it. Atreus, my fuse spiked As you reach up, a vein catches you and sways you off course. Meanwhile, the arrow hits it, and out of it grows a tree that grows inside its flesh that is quickly ignited and consumed by the fires of the mountain. The hot water of the mountain rises quickly as if fueled by this monstrous wood. It continues to rise. It continues to rise and quickly reaches you and is quick to reach your feet, so you not move.
I finally let loose my arrow, firing into the tree. Oh.
Still midair, I try and land safely without falling into any lava. I grab hold of a branch of the tree, dangling above a stream of red-hot lava, melting the bottom of my sandals.
I say a prayer. Gaia, please show me its weakness.
The tree itself is kind of completely inflamed by the fires of the mountains. It is gone. There is no monster anymore.
I pull myself up, and look over to the remnants.
The lava begins to rise. It's only 2 feet away from you, your feet by height, reaching up to the chasm. The lip of the mountain is behind you, a few feet in height, 10 yards in height.
Desperately, I start climbing away from the lava, feeling the heat on my back. Sorry.
Suspense.
Failure. Hitting a rock, I tumble backwards, falling into the lava.
Fairless, as if in an act of spite, to you in particular, as a hammer strike you as a rock, as it hits you and fall to the lava.
Ah!
Hanging from the branch of the tree that had grown, as it is engulfed in flame, it burns my hand, and I see the face of Gaia looking down at me as I fall into a pool of lava and am consumed.
Samuel, a tree, vines and trees form steps for you to the ledge. It's easy to walk on as upon built stairs in a palace.
I walk down the steps. I walk up the steps.
To the ledge of the volcano.
Upward towards the heavens, thanking Gaia for her mercy.
The lava continues to rise to the volcano. Slowly but surely, we're gonna go into an epilogue now, okay? Just a few minutes.
Okay.
There is no trouble for the great Samuel, slayer of monsters and darkener of skies, to escape before the volcano swallows the island whole everything except the adorable Laika, who is herself beloved by Gaia, who raised the forest, who raised the fossilized forest of orcs to protect him. Samuel's name for the volcano itself produced smoke, but Silikios, father of the gods and lover of all humanity, was merciful and only had it darken half the world when he gave his winds to blow it east, protecting the west. From here on, stories will tell about Samuel and how he bested Atreus and Lykiros. Samuel the hero, slayer of monsters, bringer of darkness, and the man who was in the fire of the mountain. The end. Guys, I can come back.
All right. We died.
We did.
That was correct.
Only one guy. There can only be one.
Yeah.
There can only be one.
The thing I was thinking about is that I spent the time to poison the arrow, so I was slower than the other ones. So I didn't. That's why I didn't want to do the last. The big. Everyone shooting at the same time. I was like, there must be another monster or something. The tree is something like that. I don't know.
You missed it.
I put myself on the tree, and then the tree was gone.
Gaia got back at you.
She did. She did.
And Gaia won. So apparently, we got like 3 minutes until we wrap up. So
the session ends, but we can just hang out as long as we want for the.
So that's. I felt like I only did something during the last half, but I guess I wasn't supposed to do too much. Like, it's a 40 game. Shut up and let people play.
Yeah. So I liked. Let's see. I like the environments a lot in this game, which was like I really like the hut with the demigod in it. I thought the environment that you set up there with all the peacocks and the lions and
that's a Chelsea's house from the Odyssey, not the movie.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't read the book.
Awesome. Wait, hold on. I didn't want to eat pork. Was that metagaming? I don't think so. I don't really know the Cersei story, but there's pigs involved, right? She turns people into pigs.
Yeah, but you got a good reason not to eat pork.
What? Say again.
Well, you had a good reason not to eat pork, I guess. So is it metagaming? No, but
no.
Even with Cersei and metagaming, this chick is scary. Like a deserted island, and this woman lives in a mansion alone. It's like something. When he has wild animals, so that's not something you see every day. So yeah, that was suspenseful. I mean, going into Athlanto's house is suspenseful. The cave I felt was suspenseful because everybody was going around it, and the last part where you had to all see who gets the monster was suspenseful because it's like, oh, who's gonna get it?
Yeah, I think the segment that I liked the most was the Dark Forest segment. I thought that one part was the coolest. I think that was because I was trying to I liked role playing with Samuel. Is basically one of the big reasons is that I liked how we kind of did the duo thing, and then it was we got back up with Atreus and we interacted with him. So I thought that part was really fun, and I liked the Dark Forest because we're kind of marching through the forest, we're talking to each other. So that was my favorite part, actually.
Yeah. Well, this was PvP-ish, you can't all win. That was the idea of it, so we couldn't have done as much of it. But
I liked I liked when Lycoris killed the smith.
Why?
Because it felt like a really obvious answer. I was like, yeah. And,
I mean, he went insane, so you put him out of his misery. So,
well, from Lycoris's perspective, this is apparently the guy that did all the bad stuff, right?
Yeah, maybe objectively.
So, that's what Lycoris thought the objective was. So I was like, oh yeah, kill this guy.
Well, no, there was more to it.
Yeah,
it's fun. Yeah.
I liked that like Horus and I were allies, and then when Gaia appeared, that kind of made for a natural way for us to then separate and go back to kind of doing our own thing. I really liked the description you gave when I tackled the armor and it disappeared, and you said that the blacksmith screamed like I had killed its child. And I thought, oh, okay, this is interesting. This is adding an interesting moral dilemma here. Did I just
what name did
kill
I give
this
that
thing's
function?
child?
What name did I give that function? I haven't forgot what they called him. I'll have to look back at it. But yeah, he was interesting. I was like, okay, who's next?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, some type of thing. That's zombie. I don't know.
I do like how Samuel was really the most heroic, like the most good person, because he saved Atreus, right? Mm-hmm. He was there for a good reason. Like, I was just there to win.
Yeah, that's not accurate to Greek mythology, because the Greeks didn't care for that. They just I don't know, it's weird, but
yeah. Well,
and
then at the end, I was like, no, screw you, Atreus, and I'll slash at those vines. So it's like, I'll help you out to a point.
Also, I mean, there is a general frowning upon where the DM intervenes for the players, but I didn't do anything. The goddess did.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say, okay, that's just metagame. No, that's actually how these men are. The gods turn up all the time and tell people, hey,
I was okay. I was okay with the gods, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody can come and basically do all of the GM sins for 4D, it's gods.
But
if does it, it's fine.
So I did think there was too much divine intervention, and it was like non-interactive. It was like, okay, the god does this for you right now, and you don't have any say in it. So I did not actually like the divine intervention stuff.
Okay. Did anyone else like it, or did people generally dislike it? Tell us in the chat.
Well, I liked that it was available to all of us, and that the gods didn't really play favorites. You know, if we all said
equally.
Well, right. So if we all said a prayer, we all did a little ritual, you know, then the gods would come help us out.
I don't know. I just view that as part of like mythology, because that's how the mythology is. Gods intervene and move things, and you know, we'll just will to gods like ants, will to gods like flies, will to children. Meaning they just play with us for amusement. That's one of the many core themes of mythology, in my opinion. And yeah, that happened. Like, they were like, "Yeah, wouldn't it be cool?" I don't like it when I don't like it because I'm a modern person who's used to modern things. But when you read mythology, you're just like, yeah, just part of the genre, like all the rest of it. So yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, that was cool. Tilby died.
Yep, it's a good ending for us, I think. Let's go back to here. Because this is UnPC Lite, we're going to replace the setting. Actually, do we do that in UnPC Lite? I think I'm not going to do that. Not here.
I mean, we didn't replace Western, so at most you can do is you can rule it out so we don't repeat, so we don't do like mythology suspense and Western suspense twice, because that would kind of be.
I think I'll keep it simple. We'll just keep the thing as is for UnPC Lite. Yeah, cool. Let's highlight the comments. 28mm RPG. He's back. Yeah, he's around, I should say. Welcome back, man. Thanks for coming by. Exalted demigods. School of the Gods High School Edition. We did not go with that premise.
No, that would be weird.
Grecian style names. Yeah, I definitely was like, I'm not Greek, but I'm,
Yeah.
Also, just the pet peeve, Samuel is a Hebrew name. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was
just the first thing that came to mind.
I was picturing Samuel as like very different from us. That's why he had very different values than we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Samuel comes from somewhere else, apparently.
Yeah, and I think in my head I was thinking that sometimes these mythological heroes have somewhat simple names like Jason.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, it's simplified for us, but it's actually Yasun. Whatever.
All right.
There you go. That's what I didn't want to say.
Similar concept, I think.
I thought so too.
The Call to Adventure. I don't think. Oh, that was me howling, I think.
Yeah, that was you waving your arms.
Oh, yeah. I was. So I don't. You guys should definitely watch all the RuneQuest games I played with Dom if you want to sit through 10 hours of actual plays. But I felt this was very RuneQuesty, and I felt like I was in the zone because I played kind of a trickster character. I feel like I fall into trickstery type roles pretty easily, and it's similar to the RuneQuest character I played. So that was fun.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Got any more comments?
Goombalier.
Goombalier. I just did a vetting session with him. He did great.
Yes. Hi, dudes. Good luck.
I think we did okay.
Those are the comments. Yeah, I think we did a good job. Yeah.
It's funny because the thing that Autolikia said that you're going to be glorious even if you cover half the world in darkness would actually happen because he went in a volcano that erupted and smoke covered half the world in darkness. So it's kind of like when Frodo told Golem that if you try to take the ring, you're going to burn in the fires of Mount Doom, and it happened, but it happened to burn the ring, so it was like, haha. I wish the prophecy was smoother, but it was too vague. But still, like, okay, whatever. So, couldn't make it.
I think it was fine because it was like a MacGuffin. I didn't really like. I feel like what it could do is that, like, if we want to have like a moment, we just have a character recount part of the prophecy. So it could be like basically just a free role play thing that you could like, oh, this is the first part of the prophecy, or this is against the first part of the prophecy. So we don't have to make the prophecy.
Yeah. I was also thinking, these are our dreams. It doesn't have to be completely true either, right?
I don't know. Dreams in mythology is kind of a theme. If you look at Joseph interpreting Pharaoh's dream, that was kind of a big deal. There's even dreams in the Odyssey too. Yeah, mythology places a big emphasis on dreams, but whatever. Yeah.
I did like that we each got to recount a dream, and we could keep them very broad and open to interpretation. And I like that you brought in elements of each dream.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was actually kind of the easy thing to do.
It was pretty cool.
Thank you. That was really what do you call it? I just thought of it on the spot, but I'm glad it worked because I was like, oh no, if this floor doesn't work, the whole thing is ruined. It worked. I'm not gonna be the GM next time. I've been the GM for like
at least 3 times.
In the games. It's statistically unlikely.
Sure, you can always join with the X to count yourself out. I think that's.
But I like GMing, so maybe I should stop complaining.
I mean, if you keep coming back and you keep being the GM, like that's how the world works, I suppose.
Yeah, so I can only blame myself. Anyways, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done as well. All right, guys, thank you very, very much for showing up. Thank you to the viewers as well. I'm sorry I was munching on chips, but I was.
Also, I have a game on Sunday. Come play.
Yes,
all of you are invited.
Discord advertisements. This is in the 40 sessions section.
Yeah, this is Axe and Dice.
All right. Okay. That is that. I'm going to end the stream. And that is that. Adios.